Welcome back to the Triquetra, stage 5 and 6. So we're going to put the two stages together today because they were quite long stages. I want to make more of a highlight reel of the two together. Try to make it a little bit more interesting because they are very long races. They're both over 40 kilometers. And there wasn't much going on for most of the race, to be honest with you. Most of the race, we're just slowly coasting. Well, I wouldn't say slowly. I was pushing pretty hard. But we were coasting along with the group until certain stages or certain climbs. And the end part is where it gets really interesting. So this is country to coastal and the Makuri Islands. It's 42 kilometers and 280 meters of climbing. As you can see, I've got a bit of technical issue with the camera there. I can see the old bike of mine. That's about it, but anyway. So nothing really happens at the start of this. We push out, no great watts. Everybody's just pretty much knowing it's a 42 kilometer race. It's a long way to go. So people are just sticking together, sticking in the group, taking it easy, to be honest with you. We're 250 watts going uphill. So we're not really pushing it at the moment. So just as we get to the base of this hill, you can see I've got my camera issues sorted out, so back on me again. We're still in the group, we're still all pushing together. We're not really pushing each other. We're trying to stay together pretty much as we can, helping each other along. Now it's a 21 stage race. I've noticed a lot of the stages, people are grouping up into small groups together, helping draft each other along all the way until usually the last 5 kilometers or so, and then people, well, basically they say they're free to race. But it's not always like that. But if you're in your good core group of people you know, then yeah, I've seen that a lot, which is nice, because full out racing for 40 kilometers is fine, but not when you have to do it for day after day after day for 21 stages. It is a killer on the legs. I can honestly tell you, my legs are feeling it by now. They really are. They're feeling stiff. I've got a couple of cramps coming. My hamstring is feeling very tight. This is the first time I've ever done any stage racing over so many consecutive days. And the courses do get longer. They do get further. There is a lot of climbing. I mean, there's 12,300 meters of climbing altogether over 21 days, over 1,000 kilometers. It is quite intense. But as you can see, we're going up the hill. We're all pretty much together. We're not really pushing any crazy watts here. I think our thinking behind this part was just, let's just all stay together. But as you well know by now, if you've seen any of my other videos, my climbing is where I lack. I mean, 83 kilos going uphill compared to somebody that's maybe 60, 70 kilos going uphill, I'm always going to find it at a disadvantage. But the downhill is where that advantage comes in. I feel like, do pretty well to keep on to some of these groups going uphill. But as you can see here, we're just all together still. Nobody's really pushing anything crazy. We're only about 19 kilometers in, so we're just over halfway on this stage. So I'm expecting some type of breakaways in the next 10 kilometers. But up this hill, yeah, it was pretty much nice and civil, we'll put it that way. So just as we go over the top of the hill, we're all still together and we hit the sprint together. You see some of them start pushing it quite early, 250 meters out. I try to go around 160 to 150. That's usually my range. So I drop a few watts down to about 750, 780, something like that. Cross the line. As you can see, it is a PB for me on that sprint, but I didn't get the green jersey. Finding it very hard to get any more green jerseys in this new category, to be honest with you. They are beast of riders. But as you can see, just on that sprint, they've already gone. So now I've got to drop some watts to try and catch back up onto their wheel. Makes it a little bit more difficult because I've got to drop, burn some matches to catch up. But we're on the way downhill. This is where my weight does give me an advantage. So we're on basically the final hill now at this stage. We've got about 9 kilometers to go. This is usually the range where people start to decide if they're going to start pushing or we're going to stay as a group. So at the end of the day, each stage is a race. Don't expect anybody to just roll over the line, of course. So, if you are in any groups, expect in between 10 and 5 kilometers before the finish lines when people start to push. And you see, we're going uphill. Tough one for me. We're still in the group though. We're doing pretty well. I mean, we're 58 minutes in and 33 kilometers in, and I'm still on the wheels of this group. So I'm happy with that. And it is 5 o'clock in the morning. I woke up extra early to take this stage because this is when most of the people that I can see from my category are racing together. Now, I can't do that every day with work and commitments and everything, but I decided to give it a go because I wanted to race with the group. I wanted to stick with the group and see if I can measure where I am within this new category. And to be honest with you, I'm not measuring up too well. I'm not last, but I'm not measuring up too well. We'll just put it that way. It is a struggle. So we're going up 10% here, which is it's a fair old grade. We're having to stand up, but this is where we can start to see the riders ease away. I mean, there are two already 3 seconds, 5 seconds ahead, and we're about halfway up this hill, almost to the top. I'm still trying to stick on this wheel as much as I can, try and keep as much draft as I can, but it is taking out of me. My legs are burning. This is stage 5. You can imagine we already did all that climbing and those long stages before. And this is every day. There is not one stage so far that I would say hasn't had some kind of climbing in it. Maybe stage 9, I think, has more of a flat. That's a TT race, or not a TT, it's a time trial race. That's going to be an interesting one, and that's when we're going to see where I am in the group, because then everybody's individual, everybody's on the same bike. Probably 99% everybody will have disc wheels. So then it's down to the rider. So hopefully I will see then more of a gauge where I am within this group. But as you see, uphill, not my thing. They've jumped off. They're gone. And now it's just a damage control until the end. There's 7 kilometers to go. Can I catch up? Do I push myself to catch up, or do I push myself just to finish ahead of the two guys behind me? One is 18 seconds behind, one is 1 minute 7 seconds behind. Now, the one that's 18 seconds behind, they could easily make that up just on this last little bit of the climb when it comes to me, if they have the power of like these other guys in the category do. You can already see they're already 23 seconds ahead. The guy that's winning it is he, I think, is going to come top of this group, this category. He's won, I think, 4 out of the 5 stages, I think. I can't remember exactly, but he's won quite a few of the stages, and he's the main contender, I think, for this category. for first place. So as we come up to the last sprint, we give it a go. We push as hard as we can. We drop the watts. I mean, we're doing pretty good on the watts for the sprints. We are really trying to push our sprints higher. I didn't get the green jersey again on this. These guys are, you know, I'm not even close to what they can do. But I did manage to stay ahead of the guy. I made about 30 seconds up on him going down that last part of the climb. This is about what we're looking at, 800 meters out. There's no point pushing anymore. The guy is 49 seconds ahead. I'm not catching him up. And the guy is 43 seconds behind me. He's not catching me up. So there's no point trying to push all out full power. In these stage races, you really have to pick and choose what stages you're doing damage control and what stages you are really going to push it. This one, I wanted to push it quite hard to see where I was in this group. From here, it says 6 out of 14. But they are not all my group. I would say, I think it's about 8 or 9 of them are in my group. So I'm in the bottom half of this time slot for this group, but we do have a couple of the people that are fighting up there for top place. I would say I did overall pretty well. I managed to stay with the group as long as I could. I pushed all the way to the end. I didn't come last within the group. I would say that's happy, you know, I'm satisfied with that finish. Onwards into the next stage. That would be stage 6. So, on to stage 6. That would be the Tropic Rush, Makuri Islands again. It's a little bit longer and a little bit more climbing. So it's 43 kilometers with 330 meters of climbing. So it's not dissimilar to the one we just done. But there is a little bit more drama in this race for sure, especially to the end. Stay tuned until the end. You're going to want to see that. That one really did surprise me. So keep an eye on this one. So as this one's about to begin, I see there's only 3 people in my category this time. This is the 9:30 in the morning race, so there are less people in this time slot from my category. But you can see, we all go out the gate. Nobody's pushing any crazy watts. I mean, we're not even pushing over 250. It's nice and relaxed. The course has a few climbs on it, especially that big one at the end. I mean, it's not, I wouldn't say it's big, it's 130 meters, but there's been a lot of climbing up to this point. So at this point, we're all pretty much together. Nothing major going on. I'm starting to think, okay, this is going to be like some of the other stages. We're going to stick together till the end, and then we're going to take, you know, all-out race in the last 5 kilometers to go, maybe. But I think I was, well, I don't think, I know I was wrong there, because as you see in a minute, they start to pull away. So there goes the first one. Now, granted, we do have a sprint coming up straight out the gate here. I mean, as soon as the lead-in is finished, we got a sprint going. But this guy, he's off. You know, he's on a mission. You know, it's good luck to him. We got to try and catch him up. So now the next guy's on my wheel, drafting off me. I'm trying to draft off the one in front of me, trying to catch up a little bit closer. You know what I mean? As soon as you drop off about 5 meters or so, you start to feel the draft drop off considerably. I mean, look at this now. The draft is almost non-existent. He's gone. So we've got 600 meters until the first sprint comes. Now I'm deciding, do I sprint all out on the first ones? Do I go for the second go? How do I do this? My thinking is just sprint as much as you can on all of them and see where the chips land. Just try to get at least one very good sprint. This one was quite a long sprint, and my sprint is around 150, 200 maximum. I would say 175 is a good space for me. So you see, the guy just slips in front, which is fine for the sprint because I can draft off him just as we get to the sprint and shoot past him. That would be nice. But we change over just at the front of the sprint. Now it's 280 meters, so I don't go all out until 170 or so. As you can see, the guy behind me is picking up some draft, and he will, well, the other guy's gone. I mean, he's not even in the picture anymore. We do try to push a few watts. We didn't really do very well on this sprint, to be honest with you. We got a PB on the sprint, but that's only because we haven't done that sprint before. It wasn't because it was a great speed. But as you can see, now the two guys shoot past, and that's basically, they're gone now for a while. They worked, I guess they just stuck on each other's will and yeah, worked off the draft of each other. Now it's up to me to try and catch up. So as we're approaching the next sprint, we're about down to 170 meters here. I'm not really pushing this sprint that hard. Yes, I do drop a few watts for a few seconds, but nothing crazy. And then I wasn't even looking at the map, but then again, the guy is there right in front of me. He just stopped there. He must have a mechanical issue or internet issue or something, because he was way ahead, and now we've just passed him. Stopped at the sprint line. So we go past. We're racing our own race. The only thing I'm thinking is, selfishly, I'm thinking, great, I've made one place. Whether it's mechanical or internet, I've made one place. Now, I guess that's not maybe the best way to think of it. But at the moment, I'm still in, what do you say, competition mode. I'm very competitive. I do get angry when I lose, and I do push hard when I really am in the racing competitive mood. And sometimes it is a detriment, but what can I say? I mean, the guy still sat there. He's a minute now, and he's still on 0 watts. We're only 3 riders in this stage, but still, it is a category race, which means out of all the time slots of the day, everybody's times count. So you could be last in your time slot, but you could still be quite high up there in the stage rankings. So you got to think about that as well if you are going for it. Not everybody's going for it. Some people just want to do the ride and finish and complete the whole 21 stages, and that's great. And at some point, I have thought about that as well. When I got put up to the new category, it was like, okay, I'm in the new category now. Probably don't have a chance of, in the top 10 maybe. What do? Do I just have fun and complete the stages, or do I try and push myself and try to stay up there? And I have decided to try as hard as I can for as long as I can. Try to not get defeated by seeing my numbers go down, and just try to push it as far as I can. And at the moment, I'm happy with it. I think I'm doing okay. Not great, but doing okay. So we're about halfway to the second climb now on a relatively flat part. I'm catching the guy up that's in front of me. I'm almost 6 seconds now behind him. So we really are pushing quite hard to catch him up. Now, the guy that had the mechanical issue or internet issue or some kind of issue, he must have got it sorted because he's back on again. And he is 3 minutes 30 behind, but he's pushing. You can see his watts are higher than ours. He is pushing, so he wants to catch up. And to be honest with you, on this course with this climbing, yeah, I can see him catching up pretty well. I go past a rider here, but that's not a rider in my category. That is a rider in another one. That's why we can't see his name on the side of the board there, because these pens do have 2 or 3 categories in. But just because his name isn't there doesn't mean the draft doesn't work. So if you ever find yourself behind and a rider comes past, you can always jump on the tail of that rider to try and help you get back onto your group or your category of guys. So I was thinking, great, maybe we could work together a little bit. There is a little bit of back and forth, but nothing really came of it. So now the guy is 4 seconds in front. I'm starting to get that urge to push a little bit harder to try to catch him up those few seconds, try and draft off each other, because we do have a climb coming up. And if there is any point they're going to drop me, it is on the climb. Now, the other guy, he's still catching up, slowly, but catching up. So that is another worry for me. We're only three in this stage. One is just in front, and a third one is catching up pretty fast. This is a place where I don't really want to be. It's a tough one because the guy is faster behind. He is stronger. I got to try and keep him as far behind as I can, or limit how close he can get. We put it that way, without blowing up, before I can, get to the end of this stage. So we catch the guy up. I don't think we caught the guy up. I honestly think he slowed down a little bit so we can draft off each other. I think he slowed down so he can draft, save some energy. Great strategy. Works a lot. I use that strategy a lot myself. So as you can see now, we're about to hit that climb and we're together, us two. So at this stage, we're at the last big climb, 7 point something kilometers to go to the end. And we're still with second place, or I'm still in second place, trying to catch up again first place. He did get me a little bit on the little kicker before, so he's 5 seconds ahead. The other guy has caught up. He's only 30 seconds behind us now, so he's caught up over 2 minutes, which is a crazy amount if you think about it, when everybody's pushing. To push that hard and catch up a few minutes on the next person when they're pushing as well, he's hurting. He's burnt matches. All I have to do now is try to keep him behind up this hill as much as I can. The guy in front now is pulled away by 6 seconds. I'm not too worried. I know the downhill part is coming. As long as I keep him under 10 seconds, I think I could still catch him on the downhill. My weight plays a big advantage there, and as long as it's under 10 seconds, more than that, and they get to the downhill part too soon for me to catch up. So we're pushing it a little bit. We drop some power, trying to catch up. And we do. We make up a few seconds as we're going up this hill, which is great. But now I'm thinking, is he not pushing as hard, trying to save himself for the sprint at the end? Is he tired? Is he hurting from other stages? Or is it all the above? For me, it's all the above. I'm hurting. I'm pushing. I'm trying to catch him up. We just got the last little push of this climb to get done. When you see the last climb, you get that little bit of second wind in you. You get that feeling like, right, this is the last climb, let's push. If you've watched my last stage, you understand that when I did that on the last stage, I didn't realize there was 2 more smaller climbs after, and my heart just dropped. I was done because I looked at the map. I was thinking, it's the last climb, let's go all out. And I didn't see the 2 small kickers after that. So at this stage, I'm thinking, I don't want to be in that same position. There is a little bit of a little kicker, but nothing that's going to upset me, put it that way. So we keep on trying to keep it over 200 to 300 watts up this hill. The guy is still, we're still together. I'm not making up any time on him. The third person is still 30 seconds behind, which is a good indication for me that I think I can hold him off, because we're almost at the top of this hill. He's still 30 seconds behind. And I know on the downhill and that last little straight, I'll push it enough so he doesn't catch up. So we stuck together pretty much the whole way, all the way down the hill, all the way on the flats. We still kept the guy behind us off between 25 and 30 seconds going up and down. We're into the last kilometer now. There's a sprint at the end and the finish. We're not pushing very much. You can see we're both really dropping the watts, 80 watts, 100 watts, 50 watts. We know it's coming down to a sprint. Point is, who's going to go first, who's going to be in the better position, and who can hold more watts for the last 30, 40 seconds of the race. 700 meters, still nobody's pushing. We got that little bit of cat and mouse. I'm studying the screen, watching to see any little move he makes. If he slips past, if I see his watch shooting up, I'm ready to go. At this point, we're 42.5 or 42.2 kilometers into a race. We're down to the last 500 meters. It's going to be an all-out sprint. Who's going to get it? Who's going to take the win on this stage? As you see, he's right up behind me, 400 meters to go. I'm watching, I'm anticipating, I'm thinking at any second he's going to go, I need to be ready. You see, with 300 meters, we dropped down to 130 watts. Who's going to go? Sprint starts, still nobody's going. 260 meters. We're still just that cat and mouse, just waiting for somebody to go. 200 meters. And then it's on. He sprints, he goes. I'm trying to catch up. I'm putting everything I can. I'm not even looking at the screen half the time. Just push, 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 push. Last 50 meters. And we just pit him at the end by 0.07 of a second. Let that sink in, people. So that's stage 5 and 6 in the bag. Stage 5, wasn't disappointed, but I wasn't happy with the result. That was damage control. Stage 6, I'm happy with the win. That sprint was one of my better sprints that I've done. I'm really concentrating on sprints the last week or so. Getting some advice from other riders that are much better at sprinting than me has helped as well. The person that's winning my category, for example, he explained about sprinting for me and that I should go a little bit before, 15 to 30 meters before I usually go, because my speed carries me through the end. So I'm pushing, how can I put it? I'm pushing too hard right at the end for no extra gain. And he was explaining this to me. That helped me a lot. That helped me to start from a little further out. And it's showing. It is starting to show a little bit. So I'm happy with that result for stage 6. Bring on stage 8. Stage 8 is going to be a longer one. Stage 8 is a 78 kilometer stage. So that's going to be a difficult one. But like and subscribe if you want to see more. Check out the latest video here. And I'll see you in the next one.